All right. Good day, everyone. Good day, Riley. Riley and Van Gogh here. Today is Monday, October the 14th, day number 165. 165. We just started the hiking day just a short while ago. We stayed last night at a shelter called Wadley Stream Lean-To. Lots of downed trees on the trail. This is just one of them. Come on, Riley. Come on, buddy. So I have a little, feel like I should give an update here because I didn't do much. I didn't do really a closeout video yesterday, and I think one of the last videos I did yesterday was I went into Potowajo Spring Lean-To because I was curious if there was the article about string bean that I remember seeing back in 2018. And when I got there, there was this other hiker named Alpine there. Come on, Riley. Come on, buddy. Come on. And so I talked to him for a bit. Turned out that there was the article on string bean that I remember being there. I did not see it there. But it was cool seeing Alpine again. We had crossed paths earlier in the day, and then he had decided to stop in briefly at that lean-to, and so we saw each other again there. Another down tree. And this one has little branches in it that can poke you like a sword if you're not careful. Come on, Riley. Come on, big guy. I'm in a good mood right now, by the way. Good mood. Mainly because I had heard previously that it was supposed to rain like all day today. And then I was hiking with Alpine yesterday between Potowajo Spring Lean-To and Nakamanta or Namakanta. Come on, Riley. Let's go, big guy. So I hiked like four and a half miles with Alpine. And as we were close to Nakamanta Stream Lean-To, he also told me that he had heard that it was supposed to rain like all day today. And so I was thinking last night as I hiked on to Wadley Stream Lean-To, I was worried that it was going to rain all day today. And I was thinking we might have to take a zero. And I was thinking we were going to get to be very low on food if we have to take a zero, because we're still going to have to eat today. And then we're going to have to make our food last for the last 22.9 miles until we get to Golden Road. And so so it did rain. It started raining in the middle of the night. Somewhere around 3 a.m., I guess, somewhere around there. And it rained all the way to the morning, but it started to taper off in the morning. And right now it's not raining. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the rain has done what it's going to do, and I hope it doesn't continue raining, but I'm just glad that at this point it doesn't seem like it's going to rain all day. It seems like it's done what it has to do, and it seems like it's done at this point. So I'm just very thankful that we're able to get some hiking in. We're getting off to a late start. It's like past 11 a.m. now. I woke up pretty early this morning. We actually had a full house. There were me and 4 other hikers at the lean-to last night, plus Riley. But me and this other hiker named Lamp kind of stayed back. We were kind of the last 2 to leave, and Lamp and I actually struck up a really nice conversation. So I was going through my food bag and eating some food, and we just got into a really nice conversation. So I let that take a while. I wasn't in a huge rush. I'm just thankful that we're able to get some hiking in today, and we have enough food to last us. Riley, what are you doing, man? Come on, big guy. Come on, Riley. Do you hear somebody back there, Riley? Come on, Riley, let's go. Come on. Yeah, so the ground's all wet right now from the rain we got overnight. Right now, Riley and I left before Lamp, so he's still at the lean-to, and he's a pretty fast hiker, so he'll catch up to us sometime today. Probably won't take him too long. Alpine, I had first met him when we were hiking over the Bigelow Mountain, and I was pretty sure that he was ahead of us, but apparently he took some zeros at Shaw's. He may have taken a few more zeros than that, and so somehow we got ahead of him, and then he caught up to us yesterday, and Riley and I were able to hike with him, like I said, for about a little over 4 miles. But after Potowajo Spring Lean-to and Nakamanta Stream Lean-to, and we had a nice conversation. I found out he lives in northern Wisconsin. He's a chemical engineer by training. And he's also a pretty good cook, he says. He says one of the really good skills to have as a good cook is to be able to make a really good soup broth. He said if you can really master making a good soup broth, that can go a long way to helping your skills as a cook. Because, Riley, that's a good job. Because number one, you can make really good soups if you can start with a good soup broth. But you can extend that into learning and into just getting good skills to make a really good sauce. And of course, sauces can go a long way to make any dish taste really, really good. So I'm gonna remember that, because I would like to improve my cooking skills, as I've mentioned before. I think that would be, I think that's definitely something I feel a natural motivation to do. I think it would be a lot of fun and very rewarding to feel like I'm learning a good, interesting, and valuable new skill. Or just not just a new skill, but improve my existing skills. So today, so last night Alpine stopped at the Nakamanta Stream Lean-to, and I decided to continue on. It was probably like 5:30 or so. So he still had some light left, but it was like 5.6 miles to Wadley Stream Lean-To. And when I decided to continue on, I was thinking it would be nice to make it to the shelter, but I was thinking, you know, we don't have to. If it gets, you know, dark and I just don't feel like I want to continue, then we can stop at a campsite if we needed to. But we made it all the way to the lean-to. We just kind of took it 1 mile at a time. There were a couple campsites. There was one campsite like that was 3 miles after Nakamanta Stream Lean-To and 2.6 before Wadley Stream Lean-To. So I used that as kind of like a middle ground to say, well, let's try to get there, and then we'll see how I feel when we get there. And I felt like when we got there, I considered stopping, but I felt like I could also continue on, and it was dry and the trail wasn't too bad. So I decided to continue on. And I was motivated to continue on because I was thinking at that point I was thinking still that there was a good chance that it was going to rain all day today and we might have to take a 0 today. And I was thinking that if it is raining all day and we're kind of stuck in one place, it would be much nicer to be at a shelter as opposed to, I mean, number one, I'm just thankful to be dry. So whether we're in our tent or in our shelter, I'm thankful either way. But given the choice between the two, it's preferable to be in a shelter because you have more space, and it's just nice to have more space. It's nice to have the flat surface of the shelter to do stuff on. It's a little more protection, and also if the rain does start to taper off and you feel like you're ready to get moving, it's just a lot easier to get going again because you don't have to worry about packing up your wet tent. And also you just have a better feeling of when the rain is stopping, because when you have a clear view of what's going on outside. When you're in your tent, you have to unzip your tent to see what's going on outside. And also there can just be a very light pitter-patter rain. It can be almost nothing, but when you hear it on the wall of your tent, it always makes it seem like the rain is harder than it actually is. Whereas when you're in the shelter, you don't really have that effect as much. So it's almost like it feels scarier to get going when it's raining and you're in your tent than it is when you're in the shelter. And the other thing is that when, particularly since I have Riley, when I want to pack stuff up and get ready to go, it's really nice to know that Riley is just able to stay dry while I'm getting my pack ready, and he can stay dry right up to the point of when we're ready to leave. Whereas if we were in our tent, and even if it were just lightly drizzling, once I'm ready to get out of the tent and pack the tent up and get everything ready in my pack, Riley has to be kind of exposed to the air, and he doesn't really have a nice dry spot to hang out in. So all those factors kind of motivated me to push on to get to the Wadley Stream Lean-To last night. And I could have stopped at Nakamanta Stream Lean-To and stayed there with Alpine, but I was, given that I was worried that it was gonna start raining sometime in the middle of the night, and I still had some light to work with. I just felt like I should use whatever time I had while it was still dry to get a little more distance in. Especially given that I was, if it was going to be raining hard, I would want to stop. So I figured I should use the time I had, the rest of the daylight I had yesterday, and also some of the night to hike in and just take advantage of the dry weather while I could, because I knew it might not last that much longer. But fortunately, most of the rain occurred overnight, and it's cold right now, but it's not raining. We're just dealing with the wet ground. So at this point, I'm thinking we should be able to get to Golden Road and finish the 100-mile wilderness sometime tomorrow. And I don't have much food on me. I have one dehydrated meal. It's a pad thai dish with shrimp flavored sauce, which I'm really looking forward to eating. I think it's going to be super delicious. I've kind of been saving it as a last resort meal. So I still have that. And one of the things I packed out from Shaw's that was unclaimed in the freezer was a package of 4 sausages, each one individually wrapped. And I've eaten 3 of them so far, and I still have 1 of those. And I have a little bit of ramen. So that's enough to get me through tonight. And then should be enough to get us through, get us to Golden Road tomorrow. And then I have dog food for Riley. And I have enough dog food. I actually think I have plenty of dog food. Like enough where I can feed him more than I have been tonight and into the day tomorrow. So I feel good about our food situation. Right now we are hiking up a something called Nezambunt Mountain. It's actually one of the, according to the elevation profile, it's one of the steeper climbs in the 100-mile wilderness after Whitecap. It's actually the steepest climb. But it's only I think we were at 600 feet elevation or so back at the lean-to. And when we get up to the summit here, I think we're going to be about 1,500 feet elevation. So we're not super high up, but relatively it's a steep climb. And when we get up there, I think we might have cell service. So I will try to give my mom a call and give her an update on where we are. So that way my dad will have a good idea, or a better idea, of when he might be able to see us. And also apparently there's a good view of Katahdin. A view, when we get up there, we'll be 16 miles away from Katahdin. So it's one of the best views of the whole mountain that we'll get. Although by trail, this is something that I read on Far Out. So even though the actual distance is 16 miles, straight line distance, the AT, to get there by the AT, we still have to hike 35 or so trail miles to get there. When it started raining last night, in the middle of the night, it was loud and it woke me up. And it wasn't a surprise. I was expecting it to start raining in the middle of the night. But when it did start raining, I was very thankful to be in the shelter, and felt like all the work we had done to hike in the dark to reach the shelter was worth it, because I felt very safe. Also, last night when we got to the shelter, two of the hikers, there were only two hikers there when we got there, Foghorn and Xena. And those two hikers, they had actually been hiking with Rome and Firemaster for a good portion of the trail. But they got kind of separated from them around Great Barrington, which is when I actually first met all of them. So it was cool to see Foghorn and Xena again. And I learned that Firemaster and Rome, Firemaster's a girl and Rome's a guy, they summited on the 10th of October. So today's the 14th, it's Monday. That means last Thursday, I believe, they summited. And Xena showed me a short video that they took of Firemaster reaching the Mount Katahdin sign at the summit. And there was snow on the mountain. Snow was covering the sign and it was real windy. Whoops. So there is snow up there. It's over 5,000 feet. It's like 5,200 feet elevation. But we'll deal with that, or I'll deal with that when it comes. For now, we just gotta focus on the task at hand. No reason to worry about stuff that's off in the future that we don't have control about now. Just focus on what we gotta focus on now. And the trail is pretty nice right now. Nice comfortable pine needles. It's a little chilly, but that's okay. I have all four of my hiking shirts on. I have my fleece on, and I'm wearing both of my blue and my black rain jackets. And then my two puffy jackets are in my pack in my dry bag. So my core is feeling like it's at a good temperature right now and not overly hot. If anything, I'm a little chilly, but mostly comfortable. I have my hat on and my one of my rain jacket hoods, and I have my blue leggings on and my hiking pants, and Riley still has his blue warm jacket on. It only like covers half of them. The back half tends to get peeled over to double up on the front part of his body. It's just because of where his leash is, I think. So I'll leave that on him for the time being, until such time as maybe I start to get warm. And once I start to get warm, I assume he's probably starting to get warm. But I might just leave it on him all day. I have a feeling it's going to stay chilly all day. But yeah, I'm in a good mood. I'm just thankful that I was very worried that we were going to have to take a zero, and I was worried we were going to risk running out of food. And we're still low on food, but I feel like we have just enough to get to finish the 100-mile wilderness relatively comfortably without feeling like we're starving. So I'm feeling good that we are making, still able to make progress and on track to finish the 100-mile wilderness sometime tomorrow, and we can kind of do a reset when we get there. Figure out if I want to just push on immediately, or if I want to maybe wait a day. Perhaps, the only reason I would wait a day would be if the weather forecast looks better for summiting Katahdin than going immediately. Hold up, Riley. Hey, hold up, buddy. Hold up. So this has been, talking to the camera here, this has been a nice way to kind of distract myself from the hiking. So we're making good progress up the mountain here. From the lean-to this morning, we had 1.9 miles until the summit of Nizambunt Mountain. All these names that I'm pronouncing, like I know I'm close on the pronunciation, but I might be mispronouncing them. I'm probably mispronouncing them to some extent, so I apologize for any mistakes that I'm making. And I had a really nice conversation with Lamp this morning. He kind of confided in me some stuff that he's been going through, and I feel like that was really nice of him to do so. And I did my best to, just be a set of ears to listen to him. See a little bit of trash here, which I'll pick up. And I was able to share some of my own perspectives. I'm not going to divulge anything that we talked about because I feel like some of it's personal. So I don't want to betray, just don't want to share any personal details that wouldn't be appropriate to share. But I just really enjoyed the conversation that I had with him, and feel like I got to know him pretty well. And I think he enjoyed it, so I think it was good all around. And I definitely feel energized, not just because, partly because of the conversation, but also just, like I said, I'm turning into a broken record here, but I'm just very thankful that it's not raining all day, and that we're able to hike in some dry weather, relatively dry weather. All right, so with that, that's a good long introduction for the day. I apologize if I'm boring anybody, but this is just the reality of Riley and my experience here. Also, I made a comment yesterday that hiking with Riley is like babysitting a child, I think. I was getting annoyed yesterday because both Lamp and Alpine had passed us, and so Riley was super energized to catch up with them, and he was continuing to try to get ahead of me, and he was repeatedly bumping into the back of my legs, and I was just trying to go at a comfortable pace, so he was trying to go faster than I was, and I was feeling tired, and I was very hungry as well, so I was just very irritable. So yes, he was getting on my nerves, but it was partly because I'm just in a very irritable kind of state. Right now I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. Yesterday I wasn't in a very good mood. So the things he was doing were annoying me. I kind of had a short fuse. I didn't have a lot of tolerance. Whereas right now, today, I feel like I have greater tolerance. And so I recognize that whatever Riley was doing yesterday that was annoying me, it's not because he's a bad dog. It's not because he's a bad, being. Not at all. He wasn't doing anything yesterday that he shouldn't be doing. He was just being himself. He's being a good boy. And I was letting it annoy me, and it was partly just because I'm tired myself. And what he was doing was causing me to exert more energy than I wanted to. And being tired and not wanting to exert energy, that made me frustrated. So it is what it is, and I recognize that's just part of the deal with bringing him out here, is dealing with everything that he does that I don't necessarily want him to do in the moment. But I just wanted to clarify that I'm not mad with him. There are times where I do get upset, but it's not like I'm upset on a permanent basis with him or anything. It's all short term. I love him very much. Very thankful that he's with me. Very thankful to enjoy this wonderful experience with him. Okay, so I think that's enough. If I keep talking, I might start crying. Crying tears of joy. So I will cut the video now, and we'll check in later. Okay. Appalachian Trail, Nizuntabunt Mountain. Yeah, I think I was mispronouncing it. It's Nizuntabunt Mountain. Elevation 1560. Very good. The AT continues this way. The actual summit, watch out, Riley, I believe is a short distance this way. Riley, hold up, buddy. 200 feet. Just 200 feet. Riley. So, Riley, thank you. Thank you. We're gonna bite the bullet and just walk out there. "200 feet is not too bad." Riley, let's try to make it as easy as possible. Shake and let me go first, okay? Shake. So when we get out here, I think it's not too much further. I think this is where we will come into a very nice view of Katahdin. This is the line of sight 16-mile view that I've read about. All right, looks like we got to go over here, Riley. Let's check it out and then get back on trail, Riley. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, Riley. Riley, watch out, buddy. All right. So where is Katahdin here? So it should just be wherever the highest peak is, but it's not a very sunny day, so it's not super obvious. Like, I see a peak in that direction. That could very well be it. I see a big mountain in that direction. And I see some big mountains in that direction. Riley, hold up. Riley, hold up. Don't pull me, buddy. I'm guessing it's that one. That one looks the pointiest. That one over there, it just looks like a bunch of rolling hills, kind of. Hey man, how's it going, buddy? We just got here. Riley, calm down, big guy. There we go.
Long time no see.
I know, man. How you feeling with those shorts on?
Good.
Good.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Warm.
Good.
Here to
Good,
take
good.
a scenic piss. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
I'm here to take a scenic
Oh,
piss.
yeah, I do that too sometimes.
Yeah.
So do you know which one is Katahdin?
Yeah, it's actually the one that is covered in clouds right now. Straight through.
Straight through that way. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think it starts over here.
Okay.
And I think we can't see the top.
Yeah.
I think it's like big and it's supposed to be right there.
That's cool. How'd you know that actually?
I actually hiked this section.
Okay.
2 years ago when two of my friends went through hiking. And so
Okay.
we did from Munson to Katahdin.
Yeah.
And this is finally back.
Oh wow, nice. So you've already hiked the whole 100-mile wilderness?
Yeah.
Okay.
One
sweet.
time.
Cool.
But I honestly, I remember feeling like I took my pee.
Yeah.
That time, and like, you know, it was right out in front of me.
Right in
but
front,
that
yeah.
does look big over there, but I don't know what that is.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I feel like Katahdin had a really wide base, and I think that it's going from right there where we can see, like, you know, it rounds down to the, and I think it comes all the way over here right to the edge of this like cloud wave.
Okay.
You know, so I think.
And that kind of makes sense because there is the knife's edge that continues after the summit, which presumably extends the mountain for good ways at high elevation.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Very cool.
Really
These clouds look so much more daunting when we're up here.
Yeah.
Our beards look very similar, actually, I think.
Yeah, you got a little water and ice in there?
Yeah, I mean, you got some on your mustache. Your beard's pretty good, but I don't mind it. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, I will leave you to it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. See you up trail.
Yeah.
All right, so we're descending Nasuntabunt Mountain, and we're just in a little clearing area here. Riley is like, let's go, but real briefly, Katahdin is somewhere over there. I think this summit is probably blocked by the clouds right now. Okay, we're going, buddy. Here we go. We're going. All right, hello. Van Gogh here. I am at Rainbow Stream Lean-To. I'm just behind it right now, and Riley and I are gonna spend the night here. We got another full house tonight. We actually got here about 4 p.m. and most of the day it was not raining, and it was just like wet ground. But it started, you know, once we got a couple miles from the lean-to, it started to rain lightly, and then mostly relatively light rain. But when I got here, Lamp and Seashell were both here, and they were both at the shelter, the Wadley Stream lean-to last night with me, and they were kind of deciding what to do, and I was thinking at that point that I was going to continue on, but I sat down and stayed a while, and the rain seemed to start to pick up a little bit, and I was thinking, like, gosh, if it was raining like this in the morning, I would have just waited until it stopped. And it's just been continuing to rain, and it's not super heavy. Like, it wouldn't be the end of the world if I needed to hike in it, but at the same time, like, the shelter's right here, and it just seems very nice to just stop here and make sure we're dry tonight, just have a good night, and then pick it up again tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be raining tomorrow. Hopefully. Anyway, so we hiked 8.1 miles today to get to this, just, advance one lean-to. This is the third to last lean-to. The next one is Herd Brook lean-to, like 11.5 miles from here. And then the last one is the Birches at Katahdin Stream Campground. So we are currently 14.8 miles away from Golden Road, where I'm planning to meet up with my dad and drop Riley off. And so I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. We don't have to do it tomorrow, but my tentative plan is I'm going to try to do that tomorrow, which is Tuesday the 15th. And then on the 16th, I'm going to plan to hike in from Golden Road to the Birches at Katahdin, at the base of Katahdin, which is Katahdin Stream Campground. And that's about 10 miles. So I'm going to try to do that on the 16th. And then my plan is on the 17th, which is Thursday, go up Katahdin and come down and probably hike back out to Golden Road, which would be a 20-mile day. But the last 10 miles would be very easy. I'll see what I want to do there. But my reasoning for that is, so in addition to Lamp and Seashell, also Alpine arrived at the lean-to a short while after Riley and I got here. And then there's another guy named Rocket who I had met previously. I thought he was ahead of me, but he apparently got off unexpectedly, and so he's here tonight as well. But I heard from Alpine a weather forecast, and apparently Thursday the 17th is the best day. It's going to be, of the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday looks like it's going to be the best day for the weather on the summit of Katahdin. It's going to be like in the 40s, whereas the summit tomorrow, and like apparently tomorrow night it's supposed to snow at night, and it's going to be in the 20s both days, tomorrow and Wednesday. But then it's going to get up into the 40s on Thursday. So of the next 3 days, Thursday seems like just the best weather day for summiting Katahdin, and that also just works out the best for my plans, in that I don't have to push super hard. And I get to stay here. I don't have to hike in the dark tonight. I don't have to hike in the rain tonight. So that's it. That's all for today. I'm going to get back into the shelter and get dry. I was also able to get, some of the people here had some extra food, so they were nice enough to give me a couple ramen packets and some oatmeal packets. So I'm fine on food for tonight and for tomorrow as well. So that's wonderful. So, all right. So I'll say goodnight. Hope everyone's doing well, and we'll check in tomorrow. Okay. Bye.